Hey, Cowboys, this Cowboys abroad. Let's get it right. Let's get right into it. You know, the grind is all over, and overreaction Tuesday is over. It's time to move on. It's time to move on. Get ready for the Atlanta Falcons. I think some of us is probably already doing that, and that's great because we're going to contest with Julio Jones. We're going to contest with Todd Gurley. And so Cowboys, we got to fix our issues and fix our issues fast. Fix our issues fast. And one of the issues that we have is injuries. And it looks like the Cowboys has elected to go out and get themselves an offensive tackle. I believe his name is Alex Light. Alex Light played 16 games for Mike McCarthy. So Mike McCarthy knows the guy, and apparently is happy with the guy's production, what he brings to the table. We got him off the Arizona practice squad. We also brought in a linebacker, I believe from the Bears practice squad. I think it came from. So we brought in a linebacker, and we brought in an offensive tackle. And we also elevated Brandon Carr to the roster, to the 53-man roster. And so that's what we did with our moves. And I think that's a wise move, wise decision. Why do I say that? We're a little light when it comes to offensive line. When it comes to offensive line tackles, I started to tackle. I started to tackle on IR. Cam Mervin, our backup tackle was injured. Turnstile is young and inexperienced, is working, competing, but he just, he's not there. So we need to go get a tackle with some experience, and give ourselves some depth. And we also got Brandon Knight, who's also injured, and so we really like the tackle department. And so going to picking up Light or going to get an offensive tackle, it's no surprise. It's also no surprise we want to pick up a linebacker with the injury to Leighton Vander Rest, and Sean Lee already being injured. No surprise we went up picked up a linebacker. But it's not just the positions that we worry about, the depth that we worry about. We worry about the special teams play. Whenever you lose some of these role players or some of these backup players, you got to be able to replace these guys' special teams production. And so going to get somebody that can handle that special teams workload is equally important, if not more important, than actual linebacker skill sets, or any particular skill that you play. When you play a role, you're not that starting guy. You got to be able to contribute on special teams to play a significant role and fill that void. I think that the ability to play some special teams also helps out number 39, Brandon Carr, as well. And so we assisted ourselves and did ourselves well Didn't go out and make it really expensive. Didn't go out and make an expensive deal. Got some guys off the practice squads, a couple guys off practice squads. Didn't go out and make expensive deals, and promoted from within with Brandon Carr. And that all works out. That all works out well for the Cowboys. Now we kind of looking at the injuries, and kind of addressing that. little ways. Trying to address that in some minor ways. Get that out of the way. We can look down. We can look down the barrel at the Atlanta Falcons. And we know that Julio Jones is going to be a strong test. We know that we know that Todd Gurley, although it's maybe not the same running back he used to be after knee injury, he's still Todd Gurley, and he can still do work to you, do some damage to you, if you're not prepared, So hopefully we're looking at how we address our run defense and get that taken care of. Hopefully we're looking at and addressing our over pursuit of the ball and being overly aggressive and letting those guys slip past us. Hopefully we're getting our tolerant rhythm down to where we can do some better. We can do some better tackling because all those things are going to come into play in our next game. And in my opinion, one of the worst things you can do is let a team bleed you out the side with your run game. If a team gets the run game on, you can't stop the run game. They can control time of possession. They can control the clock. They can control field position. They can control field position. And they can really dominate the game. Keep your defense on the field. Keep your defense on the field and gas your defense. By not getting off the field and having to play those extra positions and stuff, really push the defense behind the curve. So I look at the run game as kind of body blows, in a boxing match. Yeah, it ain't the pretty knockout punch and everybody wants to, see the guy fall on the mat with a head shot. But it's all those body blows, those shots to the ribs adds up. And that's what that run game to you, those 3-yard gains and 4-yard gains, those 3-yard gains and 5-yard gains, 6-yard gains, and just constantly moving the chains on you as time goes by, they add up. It makes it, it makes it easier down the stretch to get the knockout punch on you because you lose all the gas in the tank, you lose the momentum, you lose the desire, keep taking those hits, and so you got to get it right. Number one thing we need to do is get our offensive line right. Dak was under complete direct, was under duress. We had a hard time without blocking. I'm not going to go individual names in this particular video, but we had a very difficult time. The offensive line had a very difficult time blocking. I just leave it right there. But secondly to that is our inability. Second to that is our inability to stop the run. Gotta get it fixed. And thirdly, defensive line. We got the talent. On defensive line. I ain't gonna overreact. We got the talent. We just need to. Defensive line just gotta play better. We gotta play better. If we can't play no better, then we're playing on defensive line. Then maybe what we should do when we face a ladder, is take out Tristan Hill, insert Crawford. Have D-Law do what he does. He's not a stand-up guy. Put his hand back in the dirt and get after them QB in a manner in which he's accustomed and had some success in. Maybe we need to put him back on. Maybe we need to put him back on the ground. Now, Jerry Poe, you need to step the hell up. You need to step the hell up. It's time to play. It's time to play. I'm gonna need you to bring the fight. I need you to bring the fight on the football field. We brought you in here to be a run stopper, and we getting gassed up the middle. So I gotta look at you sideways. Dante Poe, I need you to step up. Tristan Hill, I think he'd be a good rotation for you. Guy got a lot of energy, a lot of drive. But he ain't really getting it done. He's one of those guys that probably be served well with some rotation time, but not as a starter. We need an experienced guy on the line to start for us. Linebacker core. I think those guys are probably going to be all right. Jaden Smith, and Joe Thomas. They know what needs to happen. They just need to make it happen. They know exactly what they got to do. They got to run. They got to pursue. They got to run. They got to pursue. They got to cut off. They got to cut off those running backs, and then they got to be in the right position to make tackles. A lot of missed tackles. But hey, if we can just do one thing, we need to give that more time with the football. Give him some protection so we can, our offense can operate the way it needs to operate. We can do two things. We need our defensive line to get pressure and get after Matt Ryan. I'm just going to leave it at that. This Cowboys Bud. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for checking me out. That's all I got right now. I'll let you later.